Welcome to the Alcohol Reset, the podcast that helps you reset your habits, health, and relationship with alcohol without judgment or extremes. If you're looking to cut back, take a break, or just understand how drinking can affect your body and mind, you're in the right place. Each episode brings you science-backed insights on neuroscience, nutrition, and habit change to help you feel better, sleep deeper, and take control on your terms. I'm Mike Hardenbrook, best-selling author, neuroscience enthusiast, and habit change expert. I've helped thousands through my book and podcast to rethink their drinking, and now I'm here to help you do the same. Let's get started. Ever grab a cold drink at a bar, hold it for a few minutes, and suddenly realize your fingers feel even colder than the glass? Or maybe your feet turn into ice blocks after a night out, even though the room itself isn't actually cold. A lot of people never connect that feeling directly to alcohol. They blame the air conditioning, a draft near the door, the ice in the glass, or they assume that warm buzz from drinking means alcohol is making them hotter. But that's the trick. Alcohol doesn't warm you up. It makes you colder. I'm Mike Hardenbrook, founder of Cloud9 and author of No Willpower Required. And today we're breaking down why alcohol leaves your hands and feet freezing, even while it's convincing you that you feel warm. Because that liquor blanket feeling is one of the most misleading sensations alcohol creates. And the biology behind it is fascinating. To understand it, you have to start with what happens in the blood vessels. When alcohol enters your system, it triggers a process called vasodilation. That means the blood vessels near the surface of your skin widen. And when they widen, more blood rushes outward toward your skin. That's why your cheeks get flushed, why your chest feels warm, why some people feel like they can take their jacket off outside after a few drinks. But what you're feeling in that moment is your body heat leaving you. Think of it like opening all the windows in your house during winter while the heater is running. If you stand near the window, you feel warm air rushing past you, but the house itself is losing heat fast. That's exactly what alcohol is doing. It pushes warm blood toward the surface, which makes your skin feel warm for a moment while your core temperature quietly starts dropping. Your brain notices this, specifically the hypothalamus, that's your internal thermostat. And once it detects that your core temperature is falling, it shifts into protection mode. It starts trying to preserve heat for your vital organs. So now your body does the opposite of vasodilation. It constricts blood flow to your extremities, your fingers, your toes. Your hands and feet get sacrificed to protect your heart, lungs, and brain. So that initial warmth was never a sign that you were heating up. It was the sensation of heat escaping. And the cold hands that follow are your body trying to stop the damage. That alone explains a lot, but it gets worse when blood sugar enters the picture, because body temperature isn't just about circulation, it's also about fuel. Your body needs energy to create heat, and alcohol interferes with that too. Normally, your liver helps maintain blood sugar by releasing glucose steadily into your bloodstream. That glucose helps power your cells and support body temperature. But the moment alcohol arrives, the liver changes priorities. It stops focusing on stable glucose output and starts clearing alcohol instead. That means your internal fuel supply drops, and if you haven't eaten before drinking, it can drop fast. That's why people often get colder much faster when they drink on an empty stomach. It's not just because they're out late, it's because they're running low on fuel. That's also why you may feel shaky, weak, lightheaded, or suddenly desperate for food. Your body isn't just hungover, it's trying to keep itself running with a compromised fuel supply. So now you've got two things happening at once. You're losing heat through the skin, and your internal furnace is running out of fuel. That combination hits hard. And we're still not done, because dehydration adds a third layer. Alcohol is a diuretic. Most people know that part. You drink more, you pee more. But the mechanism matters here. Alcohol suppresses a hormone called vasopressin. Vasopressin normally tells your kidneys to hold on to water, to conserve it, to send it back into circulation. But when alcohol blocks that signal, your kidneys stop conserving water efficiently. They start flushing it out. And that means your blood volume drops, not just your hydration, your actual circulating fluid volume. At the same time, the blood becomes more concentrated and more viscous, in other words, thicker. And that matters because thick, lower volume blood is harder to pump efficiently through tiny blood vessels, especially out to the far edges of the body. So now your hands and feet are dealing with a triple hit. Your body already constricted blood flow to preserve core heat. Your blood sugar is lower, so heat production is weaker, and now the blood that's left is harder to move efficiently. That's why your extremities can feel freezing even in a room that isn't cold. And then there's the nervous system rebound. This is the part a lot of people feel but don't recognize, that tense, chilly, almost anxious feeling later in the night or early the next morning, the one where your shoulders creep up, your body feels tight, and you feel cold in a deeper way than just having cold skin. That's brain chemistry. Alcohol initially enhances GABA, which helps you feel relaxed and calm. At the same time, it suppresses glutamate, which is more stimulating and alerting. So early on, your nervous system slows down, but your brain always tries to restore balance. So while alcohol is depressing the system, your brain starts pushing back. It builds up excitatory activity in the background. Then, as the alcohol wears off, that calming effect drops, but the excitatory rebound remains. That's why alcohol often leaves people anxious, wired, tense, and chilled later. Your nervous system overshoots. It moves into a more activated, stressed state. And when stress hormones rise, blood vessels tighten even further. So now your circulation gets restricted again, this time from the rebound itself. That's why the cold after drinking feeling isn't just about the drink, it's about what comes after the drink too. The vasodilation, the blood sugar drop, the dehydration, the rebound stress response, they all stack. And once you understand that, the fixes become a lot simpler. First, eat before you drink, ideally something with protein and complex carbs. That gives your body fuel and helps reduce the speed of the blood sugar drop. Second, alternate alcohol with water and electrolytes, not just to reduce a headache, but to help preserve blood volume and circulation. Third, if you're outside or in a cold environment, wear layers, because your body is radiating heat faster than you think. And fourth, keep your body moving lightly. Sitting still for hours slows circulation even more. Even simple movement helps. And this is also where supporting your system matters. Alcohol doesn't just shift temperature and circulation, it also burns through resources your body uses to recover. Things like hydration, minerals, and metabolic support matter the next day. That's part of why people use support formulas like Daily Restore, because the goal isn't to pretend alcohol had no effect. It's to help your body recover from the stress load more intelligently, not as a magic fix, but as support for the biology underneath the symptoms. Because in the end, cold hands after drinking are not random. They're a signal. They're your body telling you heat is leaving, fuel is dropping, circulation is tightening, recovery is going to matter. And maybe the most interesting part of all this is how much biology can hide behind something that seems so minor. Cold fingers, cold feet, a small symptom, but underneath it is a whole chain reaction involving the brain, the liver, the kidneys, the blood vessels, and the nervous system. Which makes you wonder, what other small symptoms are we ignoring every day that are actually your body trying to tell you something important? I'm Mike Hardenbrook. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you in the next session. Take care of yourself. That's a wrap for today's episode. If you got something out of this, do me a quick favor, leave a rating and review on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. It helps keep the show going and would mean the world to me. Got ideas, comments, or questions? Shoot me an email at mike@trycloud9.com. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're looking for extra support, check out Cloud9, makers of Daily Restore, a once-a-day supplement to support your body from alcohol's effects, and Rise and Unwind AM/PM, a 24-hour combo to curb cravings, balance mood, and improve sleep when taking a break. Go to trycloud9.com and use the code PODCAST to save 15% on your next order. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.